All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 65. Oh.
Capek and Johan are in a room together.
And Johan has the same theory I've had for so long. Franz Bonaparte is alive.
Our prayers have been answered.
He's alive.
Yep. And Capek probably won't be much longer.
Yes, and maybe no.
Maybe
no.
Like, he could survive, but, you know, it depends.
Because here's the thing. I think that Johan, if anything, will push Capek down a path.
Right, as he already has.
So I'm trying to think of if Capek was manipulated by Johan from this point onward, what would be the best usage of Capek beyond the information gathering?
Right. Would Johan have a reason to keep him alive? Possibly. Maybe. Yeah. We'll have to see.
I think
yeah.
I'm not even joking here. I think he would use him actually as a magnet to draw other elements, other characters to him, and by extension to Johan.
Okay. All right.
I'm just saying, Capek has a lot of plot relevance in what he knows and what he's experienced.
It really depends on
I don't think he's actually going to die here.
I think it all banks on whether Johan wants to disappear or he wants to actually start building something at this point.
Well, we've both come to the conclusion, right, that Johan is not trying to have some like empire or something like that.
Right.
Like he's not got the goals of the organization. He has goals.
He has goals.
He has goals, totally.
Exactly.
But there's so many things they could do with this. I'm really excited for where things are going. There's so many characters that are in motion as classic monster storytelling. Where, who, all that.
What if Ava interrupted this with a grenade launcher? Like,
no, she's getting a big handgun, not a big gun. Like that.
So Desert Eagle. Just.
I mean, yes. Let's see it. So, y'all, we're hyped. So, without further ado, let's get into it. I just love that the sound was used so perfectly of just this
I love how Johan messes with him here. Like, that's just mean. That's just mean.
I love how Johan's listening is actually potentially a thing of him gathering information that he might not have necessarily known.
And I love how he doesn't answer any of his questions.
None of the questions. He's in power here. He's in control.
Yep.
You answer my questions. Just the terror seeping in.
Oh yeah. And watch, like, I'll bet, like, inside Johan's head, he's like, oh, that was so great! Like, this guy's pissing himself! Man,
Jacob,
Johan,
you need to make a spin-off series with, like, chibi cheerleader Johans in his head. They're like, who's the best? Johan! Who's the best? Johan! Who makes them piss their pants? Johan!
Basically.
just like
as soon as he's done here and then he closes the door and leaves the room, he's just like, ooh.
Well, I don't think he would necessarily make too much of an emotional thing, but I just think he would just kind of do like a and all the little things in his head would be like 10
when you scare that person just right. Yeah.
Yes. Johan's footprints. Oh my god.
Okay. All right.
Oh yes, please.
Oh!
なるほど。赤ん坊の言った通り、ただの小娘じゃないな。
赤ん坊の命令で私を捕らえに来た。
Nicely done, Nana, Nina.
赤ん坊は死んだよ。あんたを連れてくるように言ったのはペトル・チャペックだ。
連れて行って。
Whoa.
ペトル・チャペックのところに行くわ。
On my terms. Nice. You drive me there. The family.
レデンハイムコンベンションセンター発砲事件の容疑者
Bad way to
ミラン・
find
コラー
out.
シュの家宅捜索を行う。
もうすぐ警察の家宅捜索が入ります。
Nice. They did their job to clean things up a little bit.
Yeah.
ミランは本当に死んじゃったの？
肉親をチャペックに殺された。私らのために復讐しようとして殺された。
復讐だ。復讐だ。
ダメだ。
No, yeah. Good
そんなこ
job.
と
Good
考えちゃダメ
job.
だ。
Good job.
だってミランは
ミランはそんなこと望んじゃいない。
Good job, Tenma. Good job.
復讐は復讐を呼ぶ。
Yeah.
ミランは君たちにそんな考えを持ってほしくなか
God,
った
the
んだ。
words that Tenma's saying here have so much weight given what he needs to
止め
do.
なきゃいけない。
I'm glad that he jumped quickly on that for the kids instead of trying to be like,
ムス
you
タ
know,
ファさん。
oh, you know, that's not my business. I'll stay out of
Sure.
it.
Muin
and
san.
stuff.
ドクターテンマ、あなたまさか。
I'm gonna put that gun in your
Watashi.
pants, buddy. Like,
Yeah,
止めなきゃなら
that's a
ない。
big gun. Also,
that is a big
like,
gun.
Jeez. There he is.
Okay.
Oh, cool, cool. I'm glad we're finally getting to this.
あれが悪魔の弟子。
Okay, he put the gun away.
Right.
He waves
I mean,
down taxi.
honestly,
Good to go.
He's not stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, just the sound design. Buildings up. Oh man. Oh, is Johan supposed
い
to
る
be
のか
here?
いヨハン。
No, he's busy.
He's gonna be like, ah, Johan.
どこ行ってたんだいヨハン。
No way.
Oh,
確か
No way.
どこにいる？
Hold on a
oh,
second.
dang.
Hold on a second.
So
どこにいるの？
Tenma and
Are
Ava are
Tenma and
gonna
Ava
bump
gonna
each
bump-
other? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
チャペックさん、ニナを連れてきました。
Oh. Is he dead?
No, he's probably not dead. Because what we would expect him to be dead, but
チャペック。
どっちだ
Oh, he's alive. Oh my god.
ヨハンか妹か
Whoa.
今となっては
Whoa.
どちらでも同じかヨハンは私を生かしておいた
they're not even showing us the rest of the conversation.
殺すのは妹だから
Whoa.
すべては計画通り誰私の
No, buddy, no.
ヨハンの
This is so tense.
Uh-huh.
殺せ
Come on, Anna. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Okay. They're gonna get to
Okay.
talk. They're gonna get to talk.
Yeah.
She's gonna remember everything. He's gonna help her fill in the
I think
blanks.
so.
This is
I think
gonna be
so.
good.
連れて行って。
Johan's footprints.
He's not taking you
ヨ
to
ハンは
Johan.
今
No way.
No.
どこにいるの？
怖いよ。
こんなとこ早く出たいよ。
What is this?
もし今出たら
Wait.
Whoa.
私
That
が
was a
引き合わせて
flashback of some kind.
あのパーティー会場でマルティンは
Mm-hmm.
死なずに済んだのよ。
But don't talk. Just pull the trigger and get it over
わかっ
with.
た。
No.
ヨハンはどこ？
Yep.
Oh.
That's all she needs. All she needs. Yep.
僕も知りたいぐらいだ。
2週間。このアパルトマンを見張って
Oh shoot!
彼は現れ
Okay.
なかった。彼の居場所はどこ？
だから知らないって言ってるだろ
Oh my god. Oh! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Yeah!
私は本
Was
気
he
よ
trying to do a fake out of like something's behind you?
クリストフ・ジーバーニヒ、
Nice.
Alright.
Based off Shivernik.
フランクフルト。いえ、ドイツ屈指のジーバーニヒ財閥のことならね。
Okay.
Is that what Johan
あんたがあの
helped
財閥の
build
御
or
曹司とは
something?
ね。ペ
Or
ト
is
ル・チャ
that
ペ
the
ックは
person that
あん
he
たとヨ
organized
ハ
to
ンを
have
引き合わ
killed?
せて
Maybe.
何をしよう
Or
としているの？
related to that?
う。チャペックは自分が僕らを合わせたと思ってるけど、
Okay.
僕とヨハンはずっと昔から知り合いなんだ。
Ah, cool. So that's what the
チャペッ
flashback
クは知
is.
らないんだ。
That's Johan
Right.
and
Probably.
Christoph.
Wait, East.
東ベルリン
Wait,
の
wait,
友
wait.
達だっ
East
たなんて。
Berlin.
10年以上前。
Wait, at Kinderheim?
Kinderheim. Oh.
僕はジーバーニッヒの養子なんだ。
Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
僕と
Okay.
ヨハンが知り合ったのは東ベルリンの511。
Alright. Alright.
Oh shoot. Here we
Okay,
go. Here we
okay.
そ
go.
こで知り合った。
I wonder if he was being basically a substitute Anna for him at the time.
Possibly.
But there's 3.
Yeah.
That's unnerving.
And the fact that he's apparently one of Johan's friends. Oh.
Oh, wow.
もう外は静かになったじゃないか。
Wow.
平気だよ。見てこいよ。
So that's Kristoff. Those other two are gonna die.
Yep.
This is Kristoff's way. He slowly sends one out and another.
Yeah.
その日、511キンダーハイムの全員がおかしくなった。
Oh my god.
Wow.
Are we actually gonna see stuff like?
教官までが殺し合い。
I mean, I get the feeling they're not really gonna show us much. Maybe the aftermath.
戻ってこないね。
Oh.
あいつ逃げたんだ。
Wow.
嘘だと思うなら見てこいよ。
God, Kristoff, you are
今
sick.
頃あったかい食事にありついてるぞ。
Oh, that's so twisted.
あったかい食事。
Good idea.
Wow.
お前は裏切るような真似はしないよな。
もちろんだよ。
そいつもそれっきり戻ってこなかった。
Oh, so he's not.
He's like, I'm smart. I'm gonna survive.
空腹と喉の
And they were just basically tests to see if it was safe.
浅い眠りを繰り返した。
Johan finds him.
そこには彼が立っていた。
Oh my god.
君と僕だけだ。僕には計画があるんだ。
I eat you last.
それがヨハン。
Just seeing a kid come to you.
チャベックが自分の計画だなんて言ってるのはお笑い
It's
さ。
a big joke. Yeah, it
僕ら
is.
子供の頃に散々話したんだ。
彼の計画って何？
それはね。
Crap! Come on!
Oh,
耳なんか打っちゃダメだよ。ヨハンと組んで世界を僕のものにするんだ。
Now we
ど
know.
うするんだよ、この耳。
Oh, so Johan's just gonna use him to do everything and he'll just be in the shadows. That we're... Yeah.
But even then.
捨てろ。
Oh,
All right.
Good.
Yeah!
There we go.
It would have been a little bit cooler if it was Lung, but this is still cool.
Oh, that was a loud gunshot. Those were Tenma's
And
shots.
those are two.
Two in the
私
chest.
に言った。
That's how you do.
妹
How you
の
do.
力居場所を伝えろと。
Okay.
その後、妹は私を殺すだろうと。
Wait, me being Chapek or
なぜ
Johan? Oh,
私を
Chapek.
殺さない。
Okay.
記憶は全て取り戻したのか。ならばなぜ殺さない。憎悪と怒りと悲しみが溢れているんだろう。
The way they do that.
知ってるんでしょ。
Wow.
聞いたことはある。お前たち双子がどうやって生まれたか。
Please do tell.
Yes, please.
I know you're gonna cut away.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Like the minute like the sound started to do that, I'm like, oh crap, they're gonna end the episode soon. I'm like, oh
Wow.
man, what an
Wow.
episode though.
Ava's still alive.
God, Ava has like the best luck in terms of like
how many times has Tenma saved her when she should have died? Like 3?
or how many times has she like stumbled into a stupid situation where she should have died, but something kept her alive. Okay, so
episode 65. That was the thing.
This was crazy. I am a little bit bummed out that we didn't get too much with Chapek and Johan.
Yeah, that would have been amazing.
That would have been crazy, but I feel like we got so much ancillary kind of viewpoints on Johan through Kristoff,
right?
Who we now know his name finally,
and in many ways,
and then also Chapek and Anna.
And the fact that Johan left him alive and that we didn't get to see the conversation, actually, I feel like tells us a lot about what Johan's plan is. Just because that means there's something to hide.
Yeah. I do think, though, that before we get into theory stuff, things like that, there were some very clever things done with this episode where you had 3 scenarios where people were essentially being interrogated.
Yes.
And it was kind of cool how you have Ava and Kristoff.
Right.
You have Johan and Chapek. You have Anna and Chapek.
Right.
And then you have basically this thing of everyone looking for answers.
Right.
And yet there was this kind of trail that connected them all, of basically not that Johan has past history with those that are looking for answers, but Johan in some ways is the thing that they're all kind of searching for. And I would say even Johan, I still hold out that Johan's goals are way more personal than than they ever have been insinuated in the past. Specifically because I think him leaving Capek alive has way more to do with Anna.
Sure.
And Johan's seeming search for his origin / identity, because the connective tissue, I still think, with all of this is where I came from. You know,
sure.
Who am I? And this is all Johan's perspective.
And they did kind of go into that sort of with the Kinderheim backstory, at least for Christoph, but then also kind of for Johan, because it's showing some of the genesis for his plans.
Right. Now, this is another thing that's crazy. Unless Christoph was trying to get, I would say, Ava to, blink and flinch and have a moment where he could throw the book and stuff like that by saying something, we talked about our plans when we were 10 years old 1,000 times.
Right.
What I'm curious about is that I think this is something that's very very, very curious here. Kinderheim is that point, I think, where we've come to the conclusion that there was the in the same way in that there was kind of the schism of the twins being separated, going to different orphanages and stuff.
Yeah.
Johan, if anything, had his kind of schism. He was messed with enough with all the
in the head and
drugs and everything there and stuff like that. But this was before he was shot.
Right.
And if he had the plan there, whatever his ultimate plan is, the plan that's probably still in effect now, unless it's all just a lie or ruse to manipulate Christoph, which it could be.
It could be.
But I think it's something that needs to be brought up again, in that the gunshot, Anna shooting him in the head, that whole moment there is where Johan truly changed. Like, Johan truly changed everything.
That really seemed to be where it's like, okay, everything kind of fell apart, and now this is like, it was salvage. What can be salvaged.
Right. It was almost like a reincarnation, a rebirth, if you will, of Johan. And when he then saw the book and everything back, after the whole Munich stuff, the library incident and stuff like that, that brings him back to pre-gunshot.
Right, including the Christoph guy and all that stuff.
Right. So what's crazy here is we have all these variables going about with Johan, and Anna still seems to be being guided. Like, do you get this vibe that Anna has this really brilliant part with her character where she is equal parts agency and equal parts kind of guided reactionary character?
Right. Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree, because everyone's wanting answers, and at the same time Johan is trying to provide answers for Anna.
It seems like he's really trying to help her, because his prediction didn't come true. She didn't kill him.
Right.
So I almost think that prediction was what kept him there.
Maybe.
I think Johan was doing a double, and he's basically saying, I don't care whether or not she kills you. I just want to make sure that you stay here so that you two will interact.
Sure, and because you can tell her where to go and everything.
You can be the next step on her guided journey.
Right. Yeah, I could totally see that. Now, as for everything with Ava, that kind of went as expected. Like, it went better than expected in that she's still alive, and that Tenma ended up saving her and all that stuff. That worked out very nicely. Like, the fact that they just happened to be at the same place.
It didn't feel contrived.
It didn't feel contrived. At the same time, her conversation with the disciple. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about it, because I like it. Mm-hmm. What I'm wondering is, what exactly does it mean for the story? Because I don't think he was lying there.
No.
Because they, use everything you have, right? Because we're getting towards the end of it. So anything that they have him say
is
important. He at least believes it's true. Even if Johan is maybe manipulating him, he believes it's true. And I get the feeling that he's okay with being manipulated by Johan.
Right, because he's in service of his Dark Lord, his god. Right. Yeah. So obviously he is lesser and he is greater. So he is lesser than Johan as the greater. Right. So everything is done in service of him, but he also realizes that Johan is going to give him plenty. So he is a little bit selfish in that regard.
What it seems like, because he was saying that, appearance is important for a politician and everything like that. What it seems like is that maybe Johan's doing both of the things that we were thinking he was going to do. Because there's the aspect of the empire, but then also wanting to disappear.
Okay.
So what if this is the thing of the, unlimited rice pudding where Kristoff is just is going to be his spokesperson, right? He'll control Kristoff from the shadows. Kristoff will happily be some powerful politician, ruler of, many, right? And that way Johan can still not exist while at the same time doing all the things that he wants to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Because then he's just got a single point of failure, and if he ever did need to disappear entirely, he could just kill Kristoff.
Yeah, I think that all fits out. I think that all checks out. The reason why I'm thinking about this in a meta way is that the show's so close to ending.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any long-term plans with Kristoff. I think that Kristoff is a means to very specific end or ends.
Okay.
And I think that while he is definitely going to play his part in some way, as what probably Johan has told him he will be, I don't think he's a weak point for Johan, if that makes sense. Right. He has nothing on Johan probably that Johan is worried about his enemies getting to.
I don't think so.
Which means that I think that you can then extrapolate from that then that he might be the means by which Johan will eliminate people that are potential threats to Johan.
Right.
He'll attract power and stuff like that, and he could also just be a wrecking ball of Johan, just kind of looking to see how far. He's just another test. He's like, oh, I'm going to give this guy some influence and power and see how much damage he can do with just my push, just a little push,
Right.
And I like that, but I can't see this guy surviving the show, if that makes sense.
Oh, me neither. So, I totally think he's going to die. And the question is he going to die as a thing that is because of Johan's plan, or Johan's plan can accommodate him dying, or something along those lines? Because when I think back to the Munich arc, right? After Johan saw the book, he didn't really care about the whole thing with the money, right? With Shul.
He just booked off to find out who he was.
Exactly. Now he still left a dramatic finale, but he didn't care about the money.
Right.
That could either mean that he doesn't care about money at all, and that it's unimportant to him, and that family is what matters most. And I think, to an extent, that's right. It could also mean that he was like, "Oh, I already set up something much better. This is a waste." Like I have someone that's been doing this for the last 10 years and setting themselves up in the right position. I just need to go talk to them. I just need to go find where they're at.
That's very possible. Yeah. I still think though that if he has those goals in mind, like if he has those goals specifically there, my end game for Johan is that Johan wins and loses.
Right.
And I don't think he can win with this guy's plan in the grand scheme of things and also lose with it. It has to be either definitive win or loss. And so I don't think this is one where Johan is going to lose definitively. Because that would involve basically like Johan's plan failing, I would say, before the end of the story.
Well, okay, so do you think they could do that and have it lose if it's Tenma that specifically screws everything up, or something like that? because yeah, it's definitely not going to fail in like a sense without interference.
Yeah.
But like, and I get what you're saying, that I would also kind of want Johan's plan to work even with the interference, because he would be able to account for the variables, you know.
Right.
None of that Scooby-Doo villain. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for that darn doctor, you know.
Yeah, that's why I think that the monster will basically consume the lesser monster.
Sure.
It's basically a thing of, good, you did your thing, but I was supposed to be. Oh, you think I cared about you?
Oh yeah.
At all?
Yeah.
And if anything, this is the part where I've always wondered how dark this show could get. Is that I think Anna, in a lot of ways, is someone that Johan has been like, you like you are exactly like me, and yet you're exactly different from me. That is so fascinating. I want to like cultivate you. All this time, all this stuff, that everything from Prague onward has basically been him guiding and cultivating Anna to be basically just like him, or to basically make her tip over the edge.
That's a great point.
And I think that this guy is basically just another cog in that machine. I think if he wanted a disciple, a true partner, screw that guy, even with their history.
Anna,
You take Anna because they are actual blood.
Yes, absolutely.
They were both intentionally created. Also, we should get into that.
I hope they don't blue ball us with that too. Okay, so this could be so maybe this is the way that it all kind of works out in that sense.
Okay.
The disciple believes, he's like, okay, Johan is obviously the bigger monster, and he can consume me anytime he wants. But it's in his best interest not to just kill me, because the whole point is that I'm a means of indirection between a level of indirection between the world and Johan. That way Johan can be invisible and not exist, and I can still do all the stuff that he would want to be able to do with power and whatnot.
Totally.
And then the wrench that goes into those plans is, of course, Anna. Something we've established is that Johan and Anna can be interchangeable if they so desire.
Yep.
So they could do something where Johan eventually maybe sets himself up as some ruler, and then Anna is his puppet. You know, and then he could just disappear.
No.
You know, like, and of course he would have to do some convincing as far as Anna goes.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why he wants Capek, so that way he can help prime Anna, or like help her remember.
Okay. Well, she already does remember everything. This is kind of something that I'm curious about.
Right.
I'm curious about what your specific thing is with the Johan going big. Like the whole Johan going big thing, I feel like it has to be so indirect in terms of like ruling or some kind of empire or some kind of kind of dominion / influence has to be so indirect to the point of where he becomes basically like not even really like we can't actually explain the mechanics behind it. Because it's all just in the name, you know. It's all just in the actual idea of Johan. So because the
thing that makes me think that it's more than just
a personal thing
is that why all this other stuff then? All this other stuff, unless he needed like connections and things like that in order to uncover where Franz Bonaparte was at this point in time or something, but even then Capek might be enough for that. You know, I don't understand why he would entertain the disciple, why there would be all this stuff. It could just be for the sake of passing time. Like, it could be, you know. But if it's not, if it's anything besides that, then there would need to be some purpose behind it, and that's basically why I'm thinking.
The main thing that I keep coming back to is that it's kind of like the joke I was making earlier in the beginning, is that these characters are like magnets for each other. They attract each other. They bring everyone together.
Yeah.
And we could be looking at an eventual repeat of Munich, of the Red Rose Mansion, of something where Johan basically is the grand orchestrator and just kills anyone that knows anything to do with him on a massive scale, or anyone that's a threat to him. And then he basically presents a choice to Anna, and I would assume Tenma makes it to the end of this story. I don't think they're going to kill him until the very end, if they kill him at all.
Right. Tenma's probably the one that I would say is the safest.
The safest.
Other than maybe Dieter. You know,
they killed Dieter.
Yeah.
Screw this show.
Right.
Dieter has to live,
especially since he's removed from the story by this point. So, yeah, but that's how much I would say Tenma is safe. Yeah.
Okay, so there was some stuff that Capek mentioned in his, like, you know, just kind of zombified, like, near just despair husk type just ramblings. I think basically Johan told him you're done. Like, basically Johan said, all right, that's it. You have no more purpose. You have no more reason to exist in this world. Sit here and wait for my sister to come and kill you. And he's like, yeah.
Okay, boss.
Okay. And then Johan left to go do whatever.
Right.
Write more names in his playground, you know. Who knows? All right. But when he's sitting there and rambling this stuff there, he did mention kind of the, you know, who is it? Is it Anna? Is it Johan? It doesn't matter really which, or something like that. And then he goes and talks to Anna he's talking to Anna in the car, and he's like, do you have your memories? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, and you still don't want to kill me, basically. And like, it seemed like he was basically saying, you
remember what I did
to you. Do you remember that? And this is something that we've been chomping at the bit for, waiting for, is for some really exact specific details of what happened exactly at the Red Rose Mansion when it all went to,
but even then,
to
like,
crap and stuff.
I get the feeling they're never going to. Like,
yeah, but
like maybe how it all fell apart.
Right,
like how
Anna,
it all fell apart.
Right, but Anna could talk about that specifically with Capek here, and Capek talking about all the rage and everything that she has and stuff like that. I wonder if, because there's this whole thing with memory in this plot line for her, if Johan maybe was trying to find some way to help her forget, because she didn't have the Kinderheim experience, so she didn't have something that blotted it out. If anything, she had good people that, you know, gave her that, you know, that healthy kind of wholesome thing and stuff. Am I mixing up the timelines again? Sorry, is Red Rose Mansion after Kinderheim?
No, before.
We're sure about that, right?
Yep, absolutely positive.
Should I double check just to be sure? Okay, we're sure about that? Okay, okay. So, she also shot Johan.
Right.
So I think that also could have been him trying to save her, to clear her of her crap.
Yeah.
But it seems like he's trying to, like, bring things full circle and bring things back to that point where it's like, wait, Johan, it seems like if you are guiding Anna, it seems like you're guiding her to try and reconcile her past in a way that might change her back to something else.
Exactly. And back to Anna rather than Nina.
Right. Yeah. And I don't know, like, that's something I don't really have any theories on. I just have this really like sick, twisted feeling in my stomach of Johan and Anna talking again.
Right. My best bet
and it's terrifying when I imagine it in my head.
My best bet is some kind of using Anna to disappear by making them interchangeable.
Okay.
That's all I got. Unless it's some kind of thing that has no plan to it. It's just, you're my sister, you know, something like that.
Yeah, but he hasn't cross-dressed, you know, since that time way back in Prague.
That's true.
So, as far as we know.
In fact, I'm pretty sure he burned all of that stuff in the Red Rose Mansion, so maybe that was symbolic of something. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like he wants her back.
Right.
I feel like he feels lonely. Like, when I try to analyze Johan, there's so little we actually have to go on in terms of the real, like, person of Johan. It's more of his effect.
Even in an episode called Johan's Footprints.
Right. I get this vibe. That if anything, if we look at this from the, like you're going for, like the bigger perspective, there's reasons why he obviously has all these tools here. If we look at things from the personal perspective and we consider Anna to be the most important person in his life, which just makes sense.
Yep.
I almost see like the disciple. Shoot, I already forgot his name.
Christoph.
Christoph, thank
you.
I
hope that's actually his name.
Yeah, it is Christoph. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
As being basically a substitute for Anna at that time. And
sure.
Yeah, I just want to know. I just want to know specifically what is this building up to with the relationship between Anna and Johan coming together. Like that's got to happen.
Right.
But also then the thing that connected them originally is now actually getting teased even more, with Franz Bonaparte potentially still being alive, with them being created as twins, like almost like they were, test tube babies, like specifically like messed with to try and achieve some
that could be a literal or that could be figurative. What are we talking about?
We still have a good chunk of episodes left.
We do. What?
10?
9? Or because there's 74 episodes total.
9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Yeah.
9.
Oh
9.
my god.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
This is a thing.
Do you have anything else? Tenma was really great this episode.
I'm glad Ava shot off Christoph's ear. That was very awesome. Satisfying. I would have been very upset if that turning of tables had happened and blood had not been shed on his part.
For sure. Yeah. I really appreciated him stopping the kids from going towards the revenge thing, and the stuff he was talking about seemed filled with double and triple meanings because of what he's doing.
Right, because what he's doing
revenge.
Isn't actually revenge, but he is an executioner.
Right.
So
there's that minor bit of hypocrisy.
But at the same time, it is something that the kids wouldn't really understand.
So he doesn't answer the questions.
Right, but then the fact that there is the hypocrisy is that something that's actually going to self-sabotage what he's telling them and guarantee that they'll go down that path because actions speak louder than words, and who knows?
Yeah, because the mechanics of why revenge is so bad is the same thing that could also lead into why what you're doing, Tenma, could end up being just as bad.
It's the whole kind of thing of Anna not actually killing Capek. It's the idea that life is still life, even if they've done a lot of bad stuff.
And just because you might not have someone that comes directly after you for your revenge or something like that, you still violated yourself as a human being by killing someone. You're going to live with yourself. You're going to.
It's probably not something you're going to forget.
No, it's going to leave its poison in you.
Hopefully, it's not something you'll forget.
Yeah, or you're going to go to therapy for a while.
Yeah,
a long while. I can't say anything else about this episode that I think I haven't said already.
I mean, Ava was pretty badass.
Ava was a badass. That's true.
Even though it wasn't a grenade launcher, that was pretty sweet.
She scoped the place out for 2 weeks, knowing that this is a place that Johan frequents.
And it's great because that's also a way to basically say, hey, you were wondering why Ava hasn't done anything yet? It's because she's being smart about this. Because the whole setup for Ava's situation is all right, we know how this is going to go. But then it's no, Ava knows kind of what she's getting herself into.
She's got a freaking silencer on her pistol.
Oh yeah, that was great.
This is a residential area. Now, no one's gonna hear that. But now, Tenma came in and shot freaking Christoph.
Yep,
and he's double tapped.
Yeah.
Now,
one more in the back of the head might be a good idea because then you do have a silenced gun after all. But
Tenma has a big gun though.
Yeah,
the big gun. So 2 in the chest. This guy's dead.
Yeah.
This guy's dead. I am also a little bit wait, you know what I just realized?
What?
We spent so much time in that discussion talking about Johan's plans with Christoph and stuff.
Yeah.
But Christoph's dead. It doesn't matter.
Oh, right, yeah. So that plan is not, if he did whatever.
We were wondering about what would be the plans and stuff, but it doesn't really matter.
Plans ruined now.
Plans ruined now because he's dead.
Well, okay, hold on. Until you have a head on a spike in a bulletproof glass case, you don't actually know that they're dead. I mean, we saw what happened to Roberto.
Tenma's not dead.
Tenma's not dead. I mean, his gun fired, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he shot him or killed him or anything like that.
That's true.
So
that's true. We don't technically know
95% sure he's dead.
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah, I hope no one in the discussion is like, oh my god, guys. Like,
I mean, we did kind of forget that in the moment.
It was something I forgot, but I was more talking about it from the larger story angle of why...
Back at Kinderheim, and Johan and him were talking what was the goal.
Right, and or just why Kristoff was important in the potential grand scheme,
because
at all.
I get the feeling Johan would know, with the number of variables and people coming after him and stuff, and like if in the network of spies and people, informants and stuff that he probably has in order to do the kinds of things that he does, I wouldn't be surprised for him to just be like, yeah, I mean, I don't even need to kill this guy. Someone else is going to kill him for me. I mean, that would not surprise me at all if all of this was just Keikaku Dori. You know,
especially if he went into the political world, he would end up garnering plenty of enemies just from doing that.
Well, sure, that too.
Depending on how dirty he liked to play, things could come back around to bite him in too. Politicians can be nasty. All right, so
Lung, we still haven't seen him in a long time. Now, Tenma saving Ava was
Lung's
awesome.
still on vacation, didn't you?
See, here's the thing. There was a part of me, even though I knew that they weren't at all going to do that, especially with how they set things up this episode.
Totally.
That it was, of course, Tenma. But there was this part of me that was like, wouldn't that be so cool? Wouldn't that be so cool if the camera panned up and it was Lung? I will go down with this ship. But,
Tenma and Lung come in both at the same time from opposite doors. That's what you're...
Naruhodo.
I see you are also
I see you're a man of culture as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. This is good stuff, y'all.
Good stuff.
Monster.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Really good show. So, if you want to watch the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get early access there. Any level... We also have full-length reactions there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us about stories or just hang out in general, chat about whatever. If any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.